Hello, I'm Jon Dittert, your host for this drum lesson, and today we're going to talk about how to measure a drum on your drum set. There are two things you can measure on a drum, the diameter and the depth. Likely the measurement you're interested in is the diameter. Not only is this the measurement you'll use for buying new drum heads, but it's also the measurement we use for labeling drums. So for example, a 10-inch tom is a tom with a diameter of 10 inches, and a 14-inch snare drum is a snare drum with a diameter of 14 inches. To measure the diameter of a drum, place a ruler or tape measure across the drum, lining it up with opposite tension rods. Then simply measure from the inside of the rim to the inside of the rim on the other side, like so. In this case, our drum is 12 inches in diameter. Take note, the diameter of a drum will always be a whole number. So if you get something like 10.5 inches or 5 3/4 inches, you're probably measuring the wrong thing. To measure the depth of a drum, you will unfortunately need to remove the top and bottom rims as well as the top and bottom heads. Once you've done this, however, simply run your tape measure or ruler along the side of the drum like so. Here, our drum is 9 inches deep. Now for depth, it is possible to get a fraction of an inch. A lot of drums just happen to have a depth that's a whole number, but you could easily see a drum that is 5.5 inches deep or 5 1/4 inches deep, depending on the manufacturer. This is especially true for snare drums. So measuring the depth of your drum is a little more involved, but fortunately almost no one cares about this information. You generally only need the depth of your drum if you are looking to sell the drum on Craigslist or eBay and somebody asks you about it, or if you're buying cases. Now, quick word on buying cases. The size of your case should match the size of your drum as measured here, without all the rims and hardware. Most drum case manufacturers allot for the rims and the hardware in their measurements, and if they don't, they'll let you know. To demonstrate, here we have a 12-inch drum inside of a 12-inch case, and as you can see, it fits nicely, even with all the rims and mounting equipment attached. Now, on a final note, there's almost never a reason to measure the drum with all the hardware attached. I mean, I guess maybe if you were trying to ship the drum, but in that case, don't measure the drum, just see if it fits in the box. When the drum leaves the manufacturer, it looks like this, and so these are really the only measurements anyone cares about. Okay, so that's how you measure a drum on a drum set. For the diameter, you simply go from the inside of the rim to the inside of the rim, and for the depth, you simply measure the length of the drum minus the rims and the heads. I hope you found today's video helpful. If you'd like to watch this week's companion video, How Many Pieces Is My Drum Set?, which also talks about measuring drum sets, you can find that link right here. And if you'd like to watch a video about how often you need new drum heads, you can find that video right here. I suspect at least some of you Googled how to measure a drum because it's time for some new drum heads. And once again, I'm Jon Dittert, and as always, thanks for watching.